The diner was busy, silverware clinking, smell of coffee in the air. At a corner booth, a simple woman, Emily, mid-30s, modest clothes, blonde hair tied back, quiet demeanor, sat alone, nervously stirring her coffee. Suddenly, a loud voice boomed, "Move out of my way, lady!" Before anyone could react, a bulky man in a leather jacket shoved her shoulder and slapped her across the face. The diner went silent. Coffee cups froze midair. Emily's cheek burned red, but she didn't scream. She just lowered her gaze, her hands trembling. The bully smirked. "What? No man here to protect you? Pathetic." Laughter erupted from the bully's two friends at the counter. Customers whispered, some recording on their phones, but no one stepped in. The bully leaned closer, his breath thick with alcohol. "You don't belong here, sweetheart. Women like you should keep quiet." Emily's eyes glistened with tears, but she bit her lip, whispering, "Please, just stop." Instead, he grabbed her coffee and poured it over the table, grinning as the hot liquid splashed across her lap. The diner gasped. Someone muttered, "Somebody call the cops." But before anyone could move, the bell above the diner door jingled. A tall, broad-shouldered man in a dark suit walked in. His presence alone commanded silence. This was Mark Daniels, Emily's husband. The bully rolled his eyes. "Great, another wannabe hero." But Mark didn't raise his voice. He simply walked to Emily, gently lifted her chin, and looked at the red mark on her cheek. His jaw tightened. "You okay, sweetheart?" Emily whispered. "I'm fine," though her eyes told another story. Mark turned to the bully. "Did you just put your hands on my wife?" The man laughed. "Yeah, what are you going to do about it? Call your lawyer?" Mark calmly pulled out a black leather wallet and flipped it open. The diner froze when the golden badge caught the light. U.S. Homeland Security, Deputy Director. The bully's grin faltered. "No way. That can't be real." Mark's voice dropped, cold and firm. "Sit down." The man's legs gave out as he stumbled back into a booth. His friends stopped laughing. Mark looked around the diner. "Every civilian in this room is under federal protection. That means when you strike one of them," he pointed at Emily, "you answer to me." Gasps echoed. Some customers clapped quietly, others started recording in shock. Mark motioned to two plainclothed men at the door, agents who had followed him in. "Cuff him!" The bully panicked. Wait, it was just a joke. I didn't mean it." Mark leaned down, his face inches from the man's. "You humiliated her in public. You assaulted her in front of witnesses, and you thought no one would stop you. That ends today." The agent snapped the cuffs tight. The bully winced, his bravado gone. Emily looked on, still shaken, but now with a flicker of pride in her eyes. As the agents escorted the bully out, one diner customer shouted, "Yeah, that's what you get." Another added, "Mister, you're a hero." Mark shook his head. "No, I'm just a husband who protects what matters most." He wrapped his arm around Emily, guiding her gently toward the door. But before leaving, he turned to the crowd. "Next time you see someone being bullied, don't just stand there. Be the one who steps in." The diner erupted in applause. Outside, Emily leaned against him, her voice soft. "I was so scared you'd be too late." Mark kissed her forehead. "They'll never touch you again. Not while I'm breathing." The camera pans up to the Homeland Security vehicle pulling away with the bully inside, humiliated, defeated, and exposed to the entire world.